What's up, guys, and welcome back for another EVE Online industry analysis video. Now, we're not going to be talking about ships. We're also going to be using one of my other spreadsheets. We're going to be talking about materials and compressed materials, right? And kind of explain to you the methodology that I use when I'm taking stuff to nullsec to build, or if I'm stacking materials in JITA to build on site there. And it really comes down to two different things. If I'm building in JITA, then I'm going to buy raw, just straight raw. But if I'm going to ship that stuff to nullsec, I want compressed, the compressed stuff, right? Now, I'm still going to be probably shipping some of the raw stuff out. Like my raw list has things like data cores, things that go into invention, things that go into reactions. Sometimes Moongoo can be a little bit cheaper, or Moongoo can be cheaper to actually send out to null and things like that. So this is going to be your daily. I'm going to try to do this daily material kind of status for the JITA market. And obviously, each one of these line items, we're going to be showing the 52-week low, the median, and the high. This way, we can get a good dial. Like if you're in JITA right now and you're trying to like stock up, you'll kind of know from this video what you should be kind of going after. We're going to start off with compressed. Here is the compressed list, and when I do compressed, it's like Mogi, right? Moon or gas, ice, anything that can be in compressed form. I want to buy it compressed. I want to ship it out to null compressed. Now I'm sorting this by volume, market volume. The higher market volume means I have a better chance of like filling my buy orders. So obviously we got some conditional statements here. Anything in green in this column here is good to go. That means that it's below the 52-week low, so it means it's a buy, right? So compressed Feldspar, no surprise. And if you've been watching like the industrial analyze video, then you'll know that pyrite's pretty bad right now. But concentrated Feldspar is up there as well. Dense Feldspar, those are going to be our big, high volume materials. Scordite is low, so Scordite would not be a buy at all. But Plag, just regular Plag, would be good to go there. Another one is actually all Plag. Azure and Rich are good to go, so I'd probably stock up on those and everything. Nice, Deuterium, and Amber, all that stuff is good to go as well. Kernite, Mordunium, those are good to go. And then more Mordunium. And then Cosite is good. But like I said, Moongoo can be like cheaper just to ship in its raw form. And then you have Calixium, Grimir, and more Nice down here as well, which you can stock up on that stuff as if you need to. More Cosite, Calixium, Arknor is in a good spot right now. Nice, Dark Ochre, more Grimir. Pretty much all Grimir is going to be good to go. I source a lot of this stuff in nullsec, though. I mine a lot of that stuff just for fun. More Cosite and Grimir down here. Calixium Amber. As you can see, there's kind of a pattern going on for the market today. Some more Crocite is good to go. I'd actually probably buy up some Crocite. Fiery Kernite, Megasite stuff, Sparkling Plag, Noxite. You can get that in nullsec, but it is a good source of Noxium and stuff like that. More Grimir, and we're just going to kind of like speed through this a little bit more. Kernite and things like that. See what we see here. All these are good to go. So Amber, Arknor, Hez, more Scordite, Arknor, and then Pyro is also good. And then Hez, Heb, more Kernite. So there you go. Spudmain, always good to go too. And when you see, as we start going down the list here, we kind of start getting into the lower volume stuff, which might be a little bit harder to fill large buy orders and stuff. And that's going to be a lot of your moon ore, right? Because most people are getting that moon ore traditionally in nullsec and then just refining it out there, or they're just using the Minonox moon drills and just getting the goo. So I include moon on here just because sometimes you can get a good deal with small quantities, but I think it's better just to kind of get the moon goo as is because of the Minonox moon drill and stuff like that. But everything else is pretty good to go. I usually like to stock up on like the big heavy hitters like Kernite, Amber if I can find it. Any ice products as well too. But as you can see, ice is not really on here. Ice is kind of hitting it pretty low right now. Like Glare Crust is one that's on here that's good to go. Geldius is not good to go. And then your pristines, like pretty much all the isotopes right now are not doing great. And you'll see that when we go into the raw sheet and everything here too. But just to give you a good idea, like, you know, Veldspar, Veldspar, if I was going to buy some right now, I'd go Veldspar, Plag, Kernite, Gramir, Eutrinium, and wherever you could get your hands on. All right, now we got the raw list here. Now this list has a lot of crazy stuff in it, right? And I'm only showing the items that have like 1,000 or more volume on the market today. But this is going to be everything that's raw, like, you know, all the PI, data cores for invention, decryptors for invention, moon goo, all that crazy stuff. Because sometimes I like to stock it in JITA just to build like Tech 2 from BPCs that I get there. But it's nice to kind of know and kind of see where the market's going with some of this stuff. So highest volume obviously is Trit, Pyrite. As you've probably seen today in some of today's videos, like we're 24.52 per unit on that. You know, 52-week low is 14.95. So not touching Pyrite. A lot of my mining actually lately here in Nullsec has been just going after Pyrite stuff just because of the market condition for that right now. Mexilon is good to go. I would stock up on Mexilon. Isogen. Isogen is 352 per unit, and it's 52-week low is 356. But then you can see stuff like this, like isotopes not doing great, which means ice by definition are not going to do great. More oxygen isotopes. Zydrine is not doing great either, but like I can go out there and get his in Nullsec to kind of compensate for that. But then like some of this moon goo is actually doing pretty well too. So hydrocarbons, atmospheric gases, silicates, some of that, you know, normal stuff that you see a lot of volume on that. Just stock up on that right now because it's, you know, doing really good and things. Water, oxygen. I really don't like importing into Nullsec P1 because it's just so easy to get. But if you are kind of stockpiling that stuff in JITA and you're just kind of buying in JITA, building and selling in JITA, then you know, right now would not be the good time to buy water, oxygen. But bacteria, you'd be good. Precious metals, no. But reactive metals, biomass, structures are good. Even platinum for moon goo is pretty decent right now. Then you have toxic metals, some more moon goo, electrolytes, biofuel is all still pretty good. A lot of moon goo is actually in a really good spot right now. Morphite is in a great spot now too. Current price 35,000, 52-week low 65,000. So you can stock up on Morphite if you're building a lot of Tech 2 stuff, which will help you out and everything. But like I said, this is a long list. Some more moon goo down here. As you kind of go down the list, it kind of like gets a little bit less, you know, impressive in terms of like the amount you can put in for buy orders because your volume just gets really low in like total day volume. But you can see like in here, we got a bunch of different stuff. Gelmetrics Biopaste, you could buy that. It's at a 52-week low right now. But like down here, data cores aren't doing great. Drone transceivers, like there's all the salvage stuff is in here too. And also relic stuff is all on this list. So it's like kind of like all inclusive for the most part. Data cores are pretty decent. I try to bring in decryptors and data cores as they are good on the market and keep a stock of them just so when I need them, I don't necessarily have to like, you know, knee jerk, go buy them on the market or anything like that. But hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea where to be at right now. Stay away from Pyrite, you know, mine that stuff if you need to. Value it at a 52-week low. But otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. It's probably a good time, like I said, to stock up on some moon goo if you can and send out some of those basic ores, some of those basic low sec, high sec ores. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.